Mm. All right. All right, people. All right. As Matthew McConaughey would say, what's going on out there? It is I, Craig Harris of Xbox, the Pontiff of participation. Yes. There we go. The Pontiff of participation. So, what is going on out there, folks? It is day 4 of my 4th day off. And this is, this be my last? Yeah, I don't know if I'll podcast Saturday night, but check me out, guys. Check it out. Check it out. Give me a big shout out to, let me give a big shout out here to Porter Rock 77. Another big shout out to Jay Fonzarelli, Triple Chuck, Triple Cup Chuck. I'm sorry, Triple Cup Chuck, and All Day. Great podcast yesterday with 60 frames, no lag. Definitely appreciate that Vine from Porter Rock. It was a good time. Go check out all those channels they got. Go sub to those guys. Good guys, good conversation. Hopefully, if you all listened, you enjoyed it. It was fun. It was spirited. Big shout out to Jay Fonzarelli. He's pretty lively when it comes to the whole loot crate thing, so I'll be getting on that here shortly. But what's going on out there, people? Glad everybody's here. It is Thursday, the 12th of October, 2017. We are, what is that, 7, 10, looks like we are about 14. We're 26 days away from the Xbox One X. If you plan on buying it, looks like 26 days. So yeah, I'm just starting with flow. So yeah, we're 27 days away from looks like from Xbox One X for all you all who are planning on getting it, and all of you all who don't plan on getting it. That's cool too. That's still plenty for us to go around. We'll start with the Xbox One S bundles, which are going to be $199. So they're going to have some good ones. So 500 gig models. Let's see if I can screen share them, pull those up real quick. So but yeah, what is going on out there? So you can feel the power, of the X. Yeah. Phil Spencer said some pretty interesting things. I want to get to that. And if you all don't know this, see, bundles for holiday. You all don't know this. There's a big gaming conference going on right now, the Brazil Gaming Show. Phil Spencer's down there. He is down there. It's a pretty significant show. It's one of the biggest shows on earth. Of course, after this, we'll get Paris Game Week and things like that. But let me screen share this here. So hopefully you all can see this. This is coming from bleepingcomputer.com. These are the websites I've been finding because I'm trying to put my PC together. But as you can see here, they've got 4 bundles, and of course bundles are for the people who have been, looking for a deal. So if you're trying to find a deal, these are good deals. I mean, I can't knock any of these deals. Now, some of these are 500. These are all 4 of these are 500 to go boxes. So you're not going to have a ton of space, but you got a Halo bundle. You got a surprise Rocket League bundle. That did kind of surprise me. You also get a Minecraft bundle. And then it looks like, I don't know what this one is over here, but these are just good old bundles. I mean, and if you are trying to save some money, and let's just say you still have a 1080p TV, you're thinking about getting a 4K TV, this is a good way for you to kind of step in and get it, and keep a decent price. If you want to stay under $700, you can get this. You get this device that comes with a game, and it comes, I believe, with I think a month maybe of Xbox Live. So you get the wireless controller. Yeah, $229, $279. So this is not bad. You know, you get some good stuff with these bundles. So if you were still thinking about buying an Xbox One, this kind of gets you in the game, so to speak. It's also, remember, it's a UHD player. So if you want to start converting to UHD movies, this is a good way for you to start. And it's a good baseline way to just get going. It's got to start somewhere. And I get that too. I mean, like I said, I'm going to do another 4K TV look in probably in the next 2 weeks. Probably in the next 2 weeks, because they all this stuff is about to go on sale. The TV though, I got to really look into is this TCL 4K television, because it's that TV seems to be where it's at. Everybody has seemed to go and got this TV, and I can't blame them, because that TV seems to be rolling up out of there. It's very high rated. It's a good gaming TV, and it's inexpensive. But I'm gonna look more into that to see that. So Spartan God, as the Pope of Xbox, I would think everybody would want an Xbox One, okay? And it's not like they're bad. It's a bad console, and it's actually, that's a good price for, you get a month, like I said, you get a month of live, you get a game. That's actually decent, okay? You know, more bundles and games. Yeah, you're right about that. I'm not here to argue for their game, okay, for what they got to play. I'm just here saying if somebody they may still have a whatever, you know, this way, you know, if they're looking to get into the game, as far as they're not spending a lot of money, get some bang for their buck. So, but yeah, they got some good games. So game I'm playing on there right now, I know it's a multi-plat, but Life is Strange. I recommend that game for everybody. It's just a good game. I just started episode 4. And it's for the original Life is Strange, not for the sequel. But it's a really good game. I can't recommend it enough for everybody. So it's like sci-fi, mystery, and it's good. It's like X-Files, and it's good. It's something that you would like. So, but I'm enjoying it. So that was it for the Xbox One S bundles. So let's go to Star Wars Battlefront 2, because we just had a Star Wars trailer for The Last Jedi. And with The Last Jedi trailer, you know, I'm buying Star Wars Battlefront 2 day one. I'm buying it for the campaign. I am not going to really be playing multiplayer on it. Now, let me make this clear. If they have a free weekend, you know, PlayStation will say, here's a free weekend or something like that, I will play it then. But I will be playing the campaign mode. I'm more interested in Inferno Squad and what they did, you know, when the Empire went to the unknown regions. That's where they went after Return of the Jedi. And so that's what and they come back as the First Order. So, but I'm interested to see that story on how that is. So, you know, a game with Xbox. No, I'm buying Star Wars for the PlayStation Pro, because it's got more content. I'm a Star Wars fan. I want content more than anything. So yes, and Savage Yuga's right. The story is canonized. So which shocked the hell out of the lead actress. It really shocked the hell out of her when she said, "Yeah, it will be part of Star Wars lore now." So she's gone from a small role in Game of Thrones to getting this. So this is really cool. So, and yeah, us Star Wars guys are getting it for the campaign. I was saying this last night on 60 Frames No Lag. So this kind of gets into the loot crate stuff, because to me, and you know my default position, I would rather play, if you're going to play multiplayer games, play them on PC. And the reason why I still feel that way is because on PC, it's free. This free and PC ROM. You see what I'm saying? So, and this, you don't have to pay for Xbox Live. You don't have to pay for PSN. You just turn on your computer and you start playing. So, and if you're a graphics whore and you want to play 4K or 1440p, something like that at 60 frames or open frame, however you want to do it, You game on PC. If you're going to game on console, you're compromising. But what the Pro is, the Pro is dynamically is 1440p, but it's dynamic. So it's going to drop, and it's going to be mostly at like 13. It's going to roughly be around 1200p. Now, remember when I told you guys they were going to probably be around 1200p for this game because the original was 900p. So the Pro is able to get to 1200p. The PlayStation that used to be 900p is now 1080p, downsampled, all this kind of stuff. Because of temporal aliasing and all these things, they're able to get rid of a lot of the jaggies, and you have a nice picture. I believe, personally, I do know that Star Wars Battlefront on Scorpio, whatever you want to call it, ain't going to be 4K native. It's going to probably be 1800p. That's what I was told. I can't get that confirmed. I'm just letting people know this now. So all these cats running around saying it's going to be 4K and all this stuff, it will upscale. Just like my upscale my Star Wars game to 4K. I just have to output it at 1080p. So that's a reality, folks. And I'm not even sure if it's got HDR. So, which I prefer. You give me 1440p with HDR, high settings. Let the game be 30 or 60. I'm happy with the console, okay? And when I play on my PC that I'm still throwing together, when I get that done, I will be playing at 1440p 60 high settings. So, but let's see here. So, let's see. According to Dealer Gaming, PlayStation fans in this comment were saying they were switching. Yeah, I mean, again, look, I don't see that happening. I'm not here to say that people will not switch, but I just talked to the people at GameStop yesterday, and I'll just tell you all this now. I didn't get a chance to break this last night, but as the Pope of Xbox, I have to tell you all this. GameStop is looking to have another trade-in program where you're going to get about $150 for your Xbox One S, and they may give you $220 to $250 for your Pro. So that's the truth. Now and this is because they haven't sold a lot of these Xbox X's, and they don't expect to. I'll bring that up. This is something Phil Spencer had said at down there at what you call it. So at Brazil. So you get the Xbox S will be done in resolution 14, 1800, while mostly stand around 1620. Yeah, 1600. Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Yeah, my understanding is it's going to be between 16 and 1800. So, and that's maybe. They made this be at 1600. That Frostbite engine. Now, understand too, DICE was able to get they were able to go from 720p to 1080p. Now, they've had longer with the tech. You know, they rushed the original Star Wars game. Let me see if I can share this article about a good old Phil Spencer being down in Brazil. And hopefully he's down there at some of those clubs because, boy, the time I was down there, man, they got some clubs and a half down in that place. Let's see here. See, Brazil. Game show Xbox. Yeah, I had a good article. I left a link in the description down there. So, and let's see here. Yeah, because Phil Spencer is down there in Brazil, I believe. He may not be, but I think he is down there. So, but pretty much as far as the Xbox S, they are expecting the Xbox S. Phil Spencer is. They're expecting the Xbox S to be the biggest seller. You know, they're expecting the Xbox One S to be the seller because it's their cheapest console. So, Phil Spencer, Xbox S to be big seller this Xmas. Yeah, and this is why they put those things on sale with the bundles. So, And but yeah, if I can't find this again, it sucks. So oh well, it doesn't have to take my word for it. I did leave a link down there in the description, but I can't find it online right now. So, but pretty much Phil Spencer saying that the Xbox One S is going to be the biggest seller this year, and how the Xbox X is more designed for people who have 4K TVs. Now, less people have 4K TVs and 1080p TVs. And there's going to be now, and while they'll sell more 4K TVs this year, okay, they're not going to sell enough to make a dent. So this is why there's a, yeah, you know, there's such not a big rush for them for the PS5. So yeah, Life is Strange. Wolf Flow's right. It's definitely tugging on my heartstrings. I know that. Man, oh man, it's a good game. So how is it 1296p on the Pro? You don't see how it's only because it's a heavy CPU based game, but 1296p or 1200p, I'm rounding that down because 1200p is an actual target. It's just that's where it's going to run at most of the time. So, and the good news is, however, there's no screen tearing when it drops. That's what I'm looking for. And for me personally, like I said about Star Wars, being a Star Wars fan, I'm going to leave the film grain on because that gives me, the fan, a more authentic Star Wars picture, like it's being shot on 35 millimeter film, like the movies were. Okay, let me make that clear. So I don't want to hear people say I'm damage controlling. I'll keep the film grain on. If you wanted to have a little bit cleaner look, you could turn film grain off. I'll leave film grain on for this game because it gives me more of a movie feel. And as a Star Wars fan, I want to feel like I'm in the movie. So, you know, that's just, it is what it is. So the Switch, yeah, I agree. If the Switch is in stock, they're going to sell a hell of a lot of Switches. So he's down in Brazil. Yeah, he may still be in Japan, but he has said publicly, and this is like the third or fourth time he said it, that the Xbox One S is going to be the biggest seller. As far as people switching, if GameStop has to have another, let me just put it to you like this. If GameStop goes through and they start giving more money for trade-ins on Xbox One X, that tells you, the consumer, forget about the gamer, that should tell you, the consumer, hey, look, they're having another deal because their first deal didn't bring them the numbers that they thought. Okay, that's just reality. All right, that is just the reality. So yeah, you expect 40% more power. Yeah, but I think your number, Savage Uger, is right. 1692. Probably they'll target 1800p, but 1692 is where they'll be. And again, if you're a resolution whore, you don't need to be gaming on a console. And big shout out to Dark Cloud because he said this, and it is legit. I hope all you cats that are bugging about resolution at this point and frame rates, you better be gaming on a PC, because if you're not and you've compromised on a console, you just need to shut the hell up. Because if it's that big a deal to you, you wouldn't have a console at all. There's be no reason to have the console. Star Wars Battlefront will be on PC. It can run 4K open frame. So you could be running 4K 100 FPS. So what do you care about a console? My point as somebody, this kind of goes to the Loot Crate thing. And what's going on, gaming media? This kind of goes to that. I don't care about that because I'm playing the campaign. Now, if somebody direct messages me on Twitter and says, hey, when you're done with the campaign, let me make this clear. When you're done with the campaign, oh, One Stop wants me to come in there. Okay, I will. If you want me to play with the campaign, if you want to come, I'm sorry, I got kind of twisted there. If you want to play multiplayer, let me get that clear. If you want to play multiplayer, come play with me after the campaign, because my answer to you is going to be no. I'll answer back. I'll play online when I'm done with the campaign. So that's that's just the reality. So, but yeah, guys, that let me move on to that Star Wars Battlefront 2. I hope everybody enjoyed the beta. If you got the beta. I did not get the beta. My neighbor had the beta. I played it for like 20 minutes. Again, I'm buying it. So the Xbox X and Pro are the same thing. Well, in a sense, they both play video games. They are, but besides that, that's it, honestly. Ghost Recon is free this weekend, guys, on this something called a PUBG mode. Whatever that is, all right, it's a free weekend for Ghost Recon Wildlands. So if you have not played Wildlands online, then maybe you should look into it because this weekend it's free. So whether you want to go rent it, whether you want to buy it for the weekend, it's free this weekend to play online. I played it online. It was fun to play. A little phonetic, but it was fun to play. So shout out to J-Dub. We played that. So yeah, Savage Uger's right. But let me move into Loot Crate anger real quickly. Let me move into Loot Crate anger. Apparently, this is a huge deal, and I underestimated. So, shout out to Savage Uger and J-Dub for coming on the podcast a couple days ago, explaining to me what a Loot Crate is. There's a lot of anger with this. Shout out to Jay Fonz. He really doesn't like it. I personally, because I'm more of a campaign guy, it doesn't mess with me as much. So, let me do this real fast. So, and then I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to jump on to One Stop for Gamers podcast that he's doing right now. So I'm going to do this for about another 10 minutes. Then come join us over there. I don't know if he's doing Flat Earth or it's going to be a gaming podcast, but just come check it out. So as Loot Crate apparently is, you can go like J-Dub and Savage Uger were saying, you can go ahead, I guess, pay whatever, $5, $15 for items, and you may get a great item or you may get a piss poor item. So let me explain what my differences are. Microtransactions, when I say microtransaction, what I mean is that I'll just use Mass Effect because that's a game that I got all the DLC and all that stuff, and Witcher for that matter. The reason why I got DLC for Mass Effect was to enhance my story, okay? Whether it was Mass Effect 1, I think Mass Effect 1 had Bring Down the Sky. Mass Effect 2 had Arrival, had Lair the Shadow Broker. Because in Mass Effect 3, spoiler, Liara to Sony is the Shadow Broker. Well, if you want to find out how she became the Shadow Broker, you can download Lair of the Shadow Broker. But that's not a Loot Crate. So again, what I don't mind, if me personally, and this is you all's money, let me make this clear. I don't care what you do with you all's money. Okay, I've always, that is a default position. Never tell another grown-ass man what to do with his grown-ass money. But understand the Loot Crate situation doesn't affect me because I don't play games online. Not enough to affect me. So I prefer play offline. Like somebody just said in the chat, most people are buying Star Wars for the campaign. Yeah, the fanatics. The fanatics are playing it for the campaign. That's why they're going to play it on PlayStation, because of the content. There's way more content coming on the PlayStation side than it will be for the Xbox side. And PlayStation is going to have exclusive content anywhere from 30 days to 90 days to 6 months. You know, so as a fan of Star Wars, and I was there for the original Star Wars, okay? I'm not talking about the re-releases, the prequels, these 2 new ones that are going to be in the theaters, whatever. I'm talking about 1977, standing in line at Showcase Cinemas as a little kid with my mom and dad going to go see this movie. I still remember that. So, yeah, like I said, a lot of you all weren't conceived at that point. So, you know, so it's just the way it is. But so as a fan, that's where we're going to be. We're going to be playing the campaign. But I understand if you want the game and you are going to just jump online and just see what that's like. The problem that people are running into is that if I jump online, and I don't play a whole lot online, remember that, and I say, what the hell, I'm going to spend $100 on my online character versus Wolflow, who just goes in there and he wants to grind and play online, and he runs into me and he gets slaughtered. That is giving me an unfair advantage. So I understand the anger at that point. If I was Wolflow or anybody, or vice versa, Wolflow paid money and I didn't do it, I would be pissed. So with that said, however, you don't have to do loot crates to play the game. And I'm not going to do a loot because it's called loot crate. I mean, that's a good enough for me. Just give me my weapon, give me my target, and let me go find a way to do it. Just don't give me no puzzles on the way there. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you're not playing that trash, okay? Well, I know it's an example. It was an example. When is my next podcast? I'm actually about to jump on to One Stop for Gamers podcast. So, but that's where I'm about to head, guys. So, but I wanted to do this one real quick because there's not a whole lot going on this week. It won't be until after the Brazil gaming show and then after Paris gaming week. That's when we'll get a ton of gaming news. Tomorrow or tonight, The Evil Within 2 comes out. If you're going to go get in line to get physical media, go have fun playing it. If you download it digitally, shoot me a direct message Saturday to let me know how the game is. Just, if it's good or bad or something like that. Again, I don't play games like that anymore. That game does come out tomorrow, Friday the 13th. So cool time for the game to come out, I guess. So, but let me know about that game. But real quick, before I go here, G-RECON is free this coming weekend if you all want to jump online to play it. Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta closed out. They got positive results. It sounds like a lot of people are looking forward to the game. I'm sure it had its issues as well. It felt pretty balanced to me. They could kind of condense the shooting mechanic, but it felt like a Star Wars game. You know what I'm saying? And the Xbox S bundles, guys, coming out this holiday. If you don't have one, even if you're a PlayStation guy, and you want a second console and you're hung up between the Switch and the Xbox, the Xbox, I'm telling you right now, these are good deals. And if you, at the worst case scenario, if you just want to use it for a UHD player or something like that, you can get it for a couple $100, guys. It's not a bad deal at all. It's not a bad deal. So, but again, it's you all's money. So, unless you all's money. But that is it. And Loot Crate anger, I totally understand both sides of it. Like, I had a friend direct message me, and he's got a little girl, and he's working. They just bought a house. And he's like, Craig, look, I don't have time like I used to sit down and grind 3 to 5 hours on a game. And again, he used to, and he's a really good friend of mine. And we used to play our games 5 to 7 hours when we had time. And now he does not have the time to do it. So, but with that said, guys, I understand both sides. So he wants to do the Loot Crate because he wants to enjoy the game that way. Me personally, it's kind of a waste of time to me, but I understand both sides. So, and you don't have to do it. So, but again, this is why I said months ago, remember what I said about multiplayer? I said, fuck multiplayer. But that's why I said it, because I knew this was coming. So, but guys, I'm going to get on out of here. This was an abbreviated Craig's Corner. I'm doing it a little bit shorter today because of the other podcast. But that is it. Games I recommend Life is Strange, big time. Go check out, like I said, Porter Rock 77's channel. We had a 60 frames no lag, good time over there. Go check out Zaire's channel. He's always trying to put together good fun content. And shout out to Randall Thor, Jay Fonzarelli, all you guys out there that is gaming. Keep the passion going, guys. we're getting into the crux of all these games that are coming out. Like I said, The Evil Within 2, Shadow of War's out now. Assassin's Creed's coming out in another week and a half. So we're going to have a lot to talk about. Paris Gaming Week coming up. Brazil Gaming Week is going on right now. So yeah, we'll have plenty more information to talk about. But I'm gonna go jump over there with One Stop for Gamers podcast. Go check him out. Have a good time over there, and keep it gaming, guys. This is the Pope of Xbox signing off. Take it easy, guys.